Hey guys, welcome back again. Dave Dementia, welcome back again for another video. Welcome back again to the channel that is your home for tech, toys, and talk, and of course the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. And welcome to our next installment of Dimension Tech. Now, Dimension Tech is just simply a little series of videos where I'm talking about whether it's computers, some latest gadgets, or some tech to help improve your everyday life. This time, well, it's my trusty old laptop. I've had this Dell laptop probably for 7 or 8 years. This is a Dell 15 7000 series. The exact model is 7573. Now, I've had this. This is a 2-in-1 Dell laptop that actually folds over into a touchscreen tablet. This thing has been a tried and true device for many, many, many years. The battery has gone to crap. Over the past 2 or 3 years, we've had to keep this plugged in at all times. It can charge up to 100%, but literally within a matter of 5 minutes, it drops from 100 to 80%. Literally throughout the course of an hour, it's going to basically die. It doesn't hold a charge anymore like it used to. So, what we're going to do is, well, I ordered a battery. It just came in. And we're going to try and save. We're going to try to extend this laptop's life. Aside from a few cosmetic scratches on the tablet itself, on the laptop, it still works perfectly fine. Connects to Wi-Fi perfectly fine. You can browse the internet. It is a little sluggish, so in the future I may be expanding because there is an additional memory port. I shouldn't say memory port, but a slot for RAM to be added. So we may do that at another point in time. But let's see if we can save the life of the battery first. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to jump inside and we're going to tear this apart right now. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. We got the laptop right here. What's great is now I ordered this on Amazon. This is a 56-hour battery because that's what this laptop actually holds. I found that out because I actually took the laptop apart so I could see the exact type of battery. What's great about this generic battery kit I got was it comes with 2 screwdrivers and a pick for popping it open. So that's pretty cool. Got our battery right here. And it looks like we got a little book. All your legal pamphlets, you know, disposing batteries, Q&A. It actually gives us a little instructions on how to do so. Now, unfortunately, that is not exactly how mine looks. I have to take the top off, and then we'll show you everything inside. But that's pretty cool. They actually give you some basic information right here. And it's cool that they give you, a generalized diagram. Again, show you that right here. Of course, my camera's flipped, so you're not going to see everything correct. But that's pretty cool that they give us all that. Got our little screwdrivers right here. We're going to stow this back in the box for right now. Now, I could use these screwdrivers. However, I have my little iFixit kit. Okay, so here we go. I have my little iFixit kit. I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I was. Honestly, if you ever do any kind of repairs on any of your devices, whether it's your cell phone, your DVD player, your PlayStation, your Xbox, you're trying to expand some memory, you're trying to repair any computers, any electronic devices, I highly recommend and swear by iFixit. This is one of your most basic kits that you'll get. I actually bought one of the more extensive kits for my nephew about 2 years ago because he likes to work on computers and he also does a lot of some electronics repair. So I had got him not this set, but a more expanded version of the set. And I do want to get myself that. What's great is we have this extender right here. Okay, so if you're trying to get into a hard to reach place, it can reach there. Now it comes with every, and I do mean every little bit you can possibly imagine for electronics repair. So what I need is a very fine Phillips screwdriver. And what I also love is this lid has little magnets right here, right in the corners. So it's always in there it doesn't fall out. But what I also love is they have these little slotted sections here, so you could drop screws into each one. It's great. It's fantastic. But first, let's go ahead and... Okay. Doesn't take much to go ahead and... Now, on one portion of these screws, they will come out completely. And one part of the laptop, they will just kind of stay in. See? There you go. I just dropped in one slot. And I love that all the bits are magnetized, which is so awesome. It's not even funny. Especially if you're in a carpeted room where you could easily lose screws. And by the way, I will acknowledge that, yes, I am not being 100% safe when it comes to this right now. Usually when you're working with electronics, anything that can hold a charge, you should be using an anti-static mat or at the very least an anti-static bracelet to prevent you from getting shocks. I am not doing that because, well, right now I just don't have the resources for those. Dave is actually in between jobs right now, so it's a thing. Now these screws will not come completely out. They will actually stay inside the shell. Now, if you get a battery kit, or you get a replacement battery, but it doesn't have that little guitar pick to try and pop it open. Now, I actually used, if you're in a pinch, you can get like a real inexpensive putty knife, like from your local hardware store or Harbor Freights, anything like that. It works perfectly because I actually opened this up the other day, saw that I actually had a 40. I had the wrong size battery. I actually ordered the wrong battery because I thought it was a 42, but it wasn't. Okay. Let me just make sure this one is loose. Yes, it is. Okay, so now the fun part. Position you guys so you can see everything. Let's break out that lovely, lovely guitar clip that they kind of give you. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a little guitar clip. I know this is meant for getting into the groove here. Let's see if this will work. Might not. Yeah, it's not working actually. Because there's a groove right at the edge here that I need to kind of pop this off with. And this does not seem to be... Does not seem to be catching, so hold on one moment, guys. Okay, so I found my putty knife I used the other day. As you can see, it is coming out. Just kind of have to keep sliding it until we can get it all the way popped. Okay, looks like one of my screws might still be stuck on there. Oh, there we go. I had a USB adapter still plugged in and it was clogging it. But there we go. It is popped off. As you can see, we still have screws that are caught right here, 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 and here. Now, this is also a good time to clean the inside. Now, We got our battery right here. Now also, this is what I meant that I have an extra slot here. Now, I don't know why there's this little bend here. I don't know if you guys can see that, the little line right here. But this is an extra slot because we have our RAM right there. So I could actually double the RAM right here. And I'm probably going to do that at a later point in time. I'm not going to do that today, obviously. You can take a little condensed air can, hit some of the components here. But I mean, for 7 years, this is actually pretty good. We have our M.2 right there. I'm not going to play with that because that's obviously where, where our operating system is. I do have an empty slot here. I can add I can put a hard drive in here. I can add more storage if I really, really, really wanted to. We're not doing that today. So, how do we take the battery out? We have, I believe, 5 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there. We're just going to go ahead. Now, these are going to be smaller screws. So I'm going to drop it in a separate little slot on my iFixit case. And no, this channel is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form or affiliated with iFixit. However, iFixit, if you ever see this video, hit me up at davesdimension78@gmail.com in my dreams. But seriously, I use the iFixit for it's got all the bits in there. Every small little screwdriver bit or variation you could potentially think of, it has it. So I'm actually looking forward to, that is once I acquire a new job, to ordering parts because I am planning a computer build in the future. A brand new dimensional grid for gaming, streaming, and content creating. Fingers crossed. So, now, the only other thing we have to do here is there's a little component that is plugged into the battery. Just gotta wiggle it just a little bit. And there we go. The battery's out. It's that simple, guys. 5 screws, and then just slowly wiggling this little component out. Let me give you guys a better look right there. Let's go right here. So this little job is all that plugs into the battery slot right here. That's it. That and the screws and that's all. Now, I did have, when I opened up the computer, I did have a major sigh of relief. You might be saying, what do you mean by sigh of relief? Well, I've seen it where batteries can go bad in a whole plethora of ways, many different ways. Sometimes they will expand and bubble outwards. You don't want that to happen because, it can rupture and then acid everywhere. It's just big disaster, and obviously your computer's going to be ruined. So we're going to set this off to the side, and let's break out the new battery. We got to make sure it test fits first before we screw anything down and start plugging it in. There's a new one, 56 hours. Let's compare it with the stock Dell. Same exact size. So we should be good to go. Right there, guys. So, first, let's see if we can get this to plug in. There we go. Now we're just going to make sure all the holes line up. Giggity. There we go. And these screws are small. Super small. So with a guy like me with big, massive fingers, not quite sausage level fingers, but you get my drift. Going in on a slant. Let me just line up the other ones first. Yeah, that's why. It's not perfectly lined up. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so we got all the screws back into place. I had to play around with it because the battery wasn't perfectly aligned. So, work around where you can, and then. So now we have all 5 screws in place. The battery's not going anywhere. And all we have to do right now, let me just put the old battery up to the side, is put this back on. Now, again, when you're opening this up, some condensed air, but don't shoot the air right on the board itself. Shoot it from maybe 5 or 6 inches out. That's just it's gonna make more sense doing it like that, because you don't want to cause any potential damage to the components, to the board itself. So right now I'm just gonna tighten my screws that were already on the bottom, or back if you will. Now, I do know that some tech channels like to use electric screwdrivers. Not me. I guess I'm old school. Plus, it doesn't take long at all. It's not like these are really deep screws. It's not like they were super tight to begin with either, so you don't have to necessarily worry about stripping them. But with an electric screwdriver, that is one concern I would have, is stripping the head, because it's not like, hey, I can go to the corner store and get go to local Lowe's or Home Depot and get new screws, because I can't. These are screws, obviously, you probably would have to reach out to either Dell, the manufacturer, or if you have a Micro Center or something like that nearby, you could probably do that instead. But rule of thumb, if you're ever somewhere and you need to get new screws, I always take one of the old screws with me, so I can kind of, one, have the right measurement. Whoa! You saw that flying. And one, get the right measurement. And two, test it with like a washer or nuts or something there, so you can make sure that you do indeed have the right thread. There we go. And we're on the last one right now. Okay. Moment of truth. We got power. Now, will we have screen? Spinning wheel, spinning wheel, spinning wheel. Screen is loading. Just want to make sure everything loads up. Okay, obviously, yes, of course I have Ghostbusters on the wallpaper, of course. Let's take a look at the battery. Okay. Okay, so we're at 67%, so I'm going to charge this up. And obviously the battery itself, this is a brand new battery, so we need to charge it up. So let's go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back, guys. Okay, so right now, it was at 67%. It's already charging up to 68. It's another 41 minutes, and it's going to be fully charged. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it fully charge. And then we're going to see if that resolved the issue. It should have resolved the issue, because I mean, the battery source before, it would charge up, but then it would deplete very, very rapidly. I mean, it's a 7-year-old battery, so you saw how simple that was, guys. It was pretty simple. Even I can do it. Now, like I said, the iFixit kit, they have all these different style bits for anything and everything you could potentially think of. I swear by these kits. You can get them on Amazon. Of course, iFixit's main website. I bought this a couple years ago on Amazon, so that's why I said Amazon. But I love this. It's portable. It's magnetic. Nothing falls out. It's awesome. So I swear by them. And of course, handy dandy putty knife. A scraper that a little cheap little plastic scraper you get at Hobby Lobby, Home Depot, hell, Walmart, just about anywhere. And that's all I needed. No fancy tools of any kind, just a very small Phillips head screwdriver, a little bit of patience, and a lot of luck. No, I'm just kidding. No, you saw how simple it was. Once we unscrewed the back off, we unscrewed the battery, and then we just kind of slowly wiggled the connector off. There we go. Take the old battery out, put the new battery in, wiggle the connector back into place, apply your 5 screws back on, and then put the backing back onto the laptop, and 1, 2, 3, back up and running. We're at 70%. So yeah, I mean it's charging up, and it's charging up pretty fast. So that's a win, guys. Guys, if you ever have any questions, comments, concerns on anything, I will always do my best to answer them for you. Now, I am by no means an expert, but I just showed you how easy it was to change the battery on your laptops. Years ago, laptops, the batteries were on the back of the laptop itself. That is on the bottom. Usually you had to push a little switch and it would just come out. They were kind of external. Now they're all internal, but you don't have to be afraid to do this. Okay? It's not that complicated. You're just opening up the back, unscrewing, pull out the plug, take the battery out. I mean, it's pretty simple. You guys saw it right here. Also, I do always recommend doing research. Googling your model number of your laptop, your computer, whatever you're using. And if you're not sure what you're using on your computer, you're not sure the model of your computer or the components, you can always go into Windows, type in system, and you can usually pull up all your system information there. What size RAM do you currently have in there? What type of RAM? What is the processor that you have? What type of hard drives you have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everything's just at your fingertips. And worst comes to worst, on the bottom of your laptop, you'll have a label. This little black and white label right here will have your model number, serial number, all that information that you're going to need. And then you can just Google it yourself. Go on your phone, Google it, and take care of it right there, guys. That's all you have to do. And that's another thing. One thing I love about this laptop is, one, it's a touchscreen. Okay? Everything is touchscreen. I love it. I mean, I've had it for 7 years. I honestly haven't really used this that much. My wife does Color Street as a side gig. Color Street Women's Nails and Accessories. She does that, so I basically gave her my laptop to use. So this isn't really for me. This is to extend the life of this laptop for my wife, because let's be honest, desktop computers and laptops, not exactly, I mean, for good ones, they're not cheap. Okay? And this one, I mean, as you can see, this is a good size screen. This is a good size screen right here. So I believe this is a 15-inch. I want to say it's 15-inch. It should be. But it's 15.6 inch 4K Ultra HD. Yeah, because it's great for playing movies. Not so much for video games. It's an older NVIDIA graphics card on here. It's got, what I love is it's got a sensor so it recognizes my face for unlock. It has all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you get a good, decent laptop, computer, tablet, whatever the case may be, and you want to keep it working, just because it's slowing down doesn't mean it's time to get rid of it. You can still extend its life. Get a battery, order it. Now, by the way, in case you're wondering, I only paid about $33, maybe $34 on Amazon for the battery. That's not that expensive. That's pretty inexpensive right there for something that's going to extend the life of, like maybe an $800, $900, maybe close to $1,000 laptop. You know, it's going to extend the life. We've already had this for 7 years. Who knows? This might last another 7 years. You know, it doesn't take much to, with computers nowadays, you see people buying new computers and tablets left and right. Guys, if you just take a couple minutes, maybe once every 3 or 4 months with your laptop, open up the back, hit it with a condensed air, the can dusters that you get. Hit it with, clean out the dust from the inside. Same thing with your computer. Maybe every 2 or 3 months, especially if you're in a home, wall-to-wall carpet, and animals. We have 3 cats. Wall-to-wall carpeting in our apartment. So on my computer, my desktop computer, I literally will crack it open every 2 months, clean it out, clean all the air filters, hit it with some condensed air. But if the weather is good outside, I'll bring it completely outside and just hit it with condensed air and clean the crap out of it. It's good to regularly clean it out. A buddy of mine just got a brand new, a new to him computer from a coworker of his, and he showed me pictures. God, it looked like, I don't know, some organisms crawled in and died. It was terrible. But it only takes a couple minutes to extend the life of your devices. Nothing's cheap nowadays. So, take a couple minutes, give it a little bit of TLC. It's going to give it right back to you guys. So, guys, if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts, questions, concerns. Was there something I could have done better? Or maybe there's something you would like me to look up and try and get some information for you guys. Or something you want me to do in the future. Like I said, once things, fingers crossed, something happens relatively soon within the next few weeks as far as my job situation. If that happens, then we will be rolling out a brand new project, Dimensional Grid, Project Grid. It's going to be a computer build, but that all depends on, resources, and also it depends on whether I land a new job. If not, that project's going to be pushed off until who knows when. Adulting first, priorities, family first. So that's how it's going to roll, guys. But guys, again, if you like this video, let me know in the comment section below. Also, you guys can always message me at Daves_Dimension on Instagram. You can always email me at davesdimension78@gmail.com. I'm talking to you, iFixit. Hit me up. And as always, guys, you know what I say it every single time. Keep on busting, and I'm always going to catch you on the flip side. Take care, guys.